Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. As preparation are on top gear to ensure that Nnamdi Kanu is released via diplomatic relations with the president, Ohanaeze Ndigbo has forwarded a strong demand to the agitators, that's Biafra Agitators, talking about indigenous people of Biafra. Don't forget that before anything happens, at least they want to have a level playing ground or a good reason to present before the president that on the basis of this, we want you to release this man, and also because the court says he has not offended in any way, we want you to release. But then they want something that they can also hold fame, which they will present to him, and they want it to start happening from October 31st. We're going to be talking about exactly what their demands are, which they want ipob to meet. Also, in a related development, sacrilege has happened in Ogun State in Southwest, where the crown of a late monarch and his staff of office has been stolen. Let's look into two of this news in a jiff. The Ohanaeze Ndigbo, which is the socio-cultural organization in the southeast, has urged Biafra agitators to uphold a 40-day ceasefire. Heinz said the ceasefire is aimed at securing the release of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra ipob. The factional Secretary General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Okechukwu Ziusoro, said the ceasefire should start from October 31st. In a statement he signed, Ziusoro said there are ongoing talks behind the scenes on the possibility of Nnamdi Kanu's release. According to Ziusoro, and I quote, he said, to facilitate progress in this matter, Ohanaeze Ndigbo urged Biafra agitators to uphold a ceasefire for a period of 40 days, refraining from any offensive aggression starting from October 31st, 2023. Maintaining discipline among the Biafra agitator is crucial to ensure the cessation of all offensive acts for the designated 40 days period. By doing so, the ongoing conversation behind the scene will have the necessary environment to provide the designated solution for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. As Ndigbo remind Igbos of our Igbo idiom, which says every soup has a peculiar way of leaking it, emphasizing the importance of engaging with relevant authorities, which or through diplomatic channels as the most effective means of achieving the desired results. He went further to say that we implore Igbos to exercise patience during this challenging time. We acknowledge the pain and hardship endured by the people of the Southeast since the incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu. As custodian of our land, we assure ourselves and our people that positive outcomes are anticipated following the November 2023 Imo State governorship election. The release of Nnamdi Kanu will be a surprise package for the Southeast. The body also appealed to Nigerians Kanu might have offended to extend forgiveness and allow the greater interest of Nigeria to prevail. The restoration of peace and security in the Southeast is of utmost importance and requires the collective involvement of all stakeholders. Ohanaeze Ndigbo remain committed to working behind the scene, galvanizing all required parties to achieve this essential objective. Meanwhile, in another development, what is considered as sacrilege has occurred in the southwest, where suspected thieves have reportedly raided the palace of the Olu of Ogumakin town in Obafemi Awode local government area of Ogun State. Late Oba James Sodia, cutting away his staff of office and crown. The attacker reportedly broke into the palace of the late monarch, who died barely 2 months ago on Thursday. Confirming the incident, the Ogun State Police spokesperson Omolola Odutola, while addressing the newsmen in Abeokuta on Saturday, disclosed that 3 suspects have been arrested in connection with the crime. Describing the incident as an abominable act, Odutola stated that the police had recovered the crown but are still searching for the staff of office. The suspects, Oke Oladipopo, Musa Kazim and Johnson Oluwale, were alleged to have entered the house where the properties of the late king was kept at about 2 a.m. on October 12, 2023, an act described as an abomination. The staff of office has not been recovered, but intensive action is ongoing to recover it. The suspects have been arrested and are undergoing interrogation. A lot of crazy things are happening in the country. But then let's focus on Nnamdi Kanu's case, which is generating a lot of controversy right now. I don't know what Ohanes and Debo are currently doing to sustain their promise, but I know that one of the key issue, which according to the source from the presidency, what he said was that they are waiting for the elections to happen in Imo State, that after the election, they will kickstart discussion that will result in the release of Nnamdi Kanu. But you know, there need to be some level of certainty here, because if there are no certainties and the people decide to cease fire and after 40 days, nothing reasonable happens, automatically it may lead to possibly the whole year they will be sit at home because you know there are some people you can't toy with. These guys have waited for so long, waiting for the release of their leader, especially when the appeal court deemed it necessary for him to be released, that he had committed no offense. That was the climax of the case. But unfortunately, the Buhari-led government refused to allow that to happen. So for you to tell them, give us some time, cease fire for the next 40 days, and after that, we give you full assurance that we will call for his release, and positive response will come from that. You have to first of all meet with the president before you people put yourself in more wahala than you should put yourself. Because imagine after 40 days of ceasefire, the president now say, I want the law to take its full course. If that happens, automatically it will result to something very unthinkable. Don't forget that the Southeast has suffered so much in the hands of these agitators who are demanding for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. They have been remote controlled by the guy who is at Finland, who says he is prime minister in exile. He had been ensuring that nothing goes on well, especially on Monday, until when Nnamdi Kanu is ready. So for you to come up with this idea, then there should be a pen to paper agreement, which will from there generate some level of understanding. But however, I think that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is so much in need of people to work with. So if he can do something that will establish his name firmly in the hearts of the Southeastern, I think that is one of the things that that will stand tall for his administration. Don't forget that he struggled real good during the 2023 presidential election to secure some elementary number of votes in the Southeast. And that was because Peter Obi was involved. But I feel that the vote will be seriously divided if at the end of the day, what Horizon Debo comes out true. In other words, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu decides to, through diplomatic means, release Nnamdi Kanu. It therefore means come 2027, when they will be going for another round of election, he will get some reasonable votes from them, because according to some of the information we have heard on social media, some of them believe that releasing Nnamdi Kanu will be the topmost achievement of this administration. However, we're still waiting to see if the prime minister in exile will give reply to this. But however, when the reply comes, we'll convey it. That's what we like.